Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate ringsidenews.com. Got your questions here from spring.me/Aaron Rift. Let's get started today with the first one from Dave451985. Could you see Sting getting involved at the title match at the Royal Rumble since he is apparently the vigilante? Say it ain't so, Aaron. I initially figured that Sting would appear after the Royal Rumble. It made sense to me to have Sting appear after the show since your focus would be on the Royal Rumble. You don't want your focus on Sting. You want people to discuss the Royal Rumble match and build the show around the Royal Rumble. But I also figured that Triple H would be returning around the Royal Rumble to start up the WrestleMania storyline. I didn't think Triple H and Stephanie would be back this quickly. So because of the fact that Triple H and Stephanie are already back, I could certainly see Sting making an appearance, perhaps even before the Royal Rumble. But I think it would actually be best to have him appear at the Royal Rumble, do something to piss off Triple H, and then the next night on Raw, you can have Sting come out, do a promo, and you can set up Sting versus Triple H. That is what makes sense to me. And also from a rating standpoint, it would make more sense to have Sting appear at the Royal Rumble and then people tune in to Raw the next night to see if he shows up and if he says something. If it was my call, I would have Sting do something impactful at the Royal Rumble. And especially now that Triple H and Stephanie have come back so quickly. You know, when Sting made his debut at Survivor Series, it meant something because he was causing the Authority to go away. Since the Authority came back so soon, it kind of watered down the impact of Sting's debut. So I would like to see Sting come back and do something significant. And I think that at the Royal Rumble, that would be your best place to have him show up and do something to disrupt the Authority's plans. So that's what I would do at least. It's possible we'll see him at the Royal Rumble. It's also possible WWE will hold off until the night after. But I'm guessing before the end of the month, we will see Sting again. All right, this one comes from OS Crod 2. Hey, Aaron, do you think watching Total Divas lowers your IQ level? Well, not any worse than any other wrestling show. To me, Total Divas is a guilty pleasure. I admit that I do enjoy watching the show. I just check my brain at the door and enjoy it for the entertainment value. And to me, it is an entertaining show, as ridiculous as it can be at times. It is fun for me to watch, and I don't hate the show. And I figured when it first started that I would watch one show and just give up on it. But for whatever reason, I've been watching every week. Don't know why. I don't even talk about the show much here on these videos, but you did ask me about it. And I do enjoy it. It is a guilty pleasure. All right, this one comes from Nick Lombardi 9. Hey Aaron, what did you think of TNA's impact on Destination America? Personally, I feel like while some things were okay, I think the opening and a good part of the show was bad. Do you agree, or am I too critical? Overall, I thought that the Impact Wrestling debut on Destination America was a good show. I felt that the matches were solid for the most part, and I did like Josh Matthews as the new play-by-play announcer. I felt that he was a breath of fresh air. He did a solid job. I got a question here from Chris Mace 39628. What did you think about the return of Awesome Kong in TNA, and were you surprised that she didn't return to WWE? I was happy to see her back in TNA. I was happy to see her back in any capacity, whether it's WWE or TNA. I do feel that it would have been better if she did return to WWE. I felt that she had a lot of momentum as Karma, and it's just a disappointment that things didn't work out. She disappeared. She never ended up returning. But in any case, it was good to see her back, and that was one of the highlights of the TNA show, in addition to the commentary with Josh Matthews. And I felt that the negatives of the show were still there, the usual TNA negatives. You had a very small crowd. They had the lights turned way down. It looked very Bush League. And the main event, wasn't a big fan of the finish with the 3 heel turns, not just 1 heel turn, but 3 heel turns out of nowhere. Made no sense. And we have yet another heel faction. I got this question here from Mandarin WWF. Hey Aaron, you've got to be kidding me. Another heel main event stable in TNA. What are your thoughts on MVP's new group, and why does TNA continue to do this to their loyal fan base? Well, their loyal fan base keeps watching. I mean, the people that found Destination America, whether they had the channel or they actually got the subscription to get the channel, those people are going to watch no matter what. It just goes to show you, though, that no matter what you do to change TNA, you can change the commentary team, you can change the station, it's still the same TNA. And they go back to doing the same thing over and over again. I'm sick to death of these heel factions. It seems like that's really all TNA knows, is to have a storyline where you have a group of guys that are heels and they're a faction together, and constant heel and face turns and guys turning heel for no reason at all, just to shock people. It was really over the top, and I wasn't a fan of the ending. But like I said, the wrestling on the show was very good. Overall, I thought that the Impact debut on Destination America was an entertaining show. So I will give it a thumbs up overall. Definitely some issues, but at this point, I mean, TNA is going to survive for the time being on Destination America, but I mean, it's just going to be more the same. Nothing has really changed with TNA. So if you were a fan of it, you'll continue being a fan. If you were not a fan of TNA, they're not going to win you over with what they're doing right now. So it doesn't really matter. It's just more of the same, basically. All right, this one comes from BITW1994. Hey Aaron, in 2011, John Cena was drafted twice in the same night. Why would WWE make such a stupid decision? Please answer in video. Well, from their perspective, it wasn't a stupid decision. It was more or less a ratings ploy. It was WWE trying to make the draft seem important and boost up the ratings. And, that's all it was. They did something similar years back. I think it was 2004 when they had Triple H drafted to SmackDown, and then he was immediately drafted back to Raw. I don't even remember what the storyline was exactly, but, he ended up back on Raw after being drafted to SmackDown. So, WWE has done that in the past during the drafts. They would do these little ratings ploys to try and get people talking, get the buzz up. So really that's all it is. I mean, if they do it too much, it can definitely be a stupid decision to keep doing it over and over again. But when they do it every now and then and people fall for it, is that really a stupid decision? All right, got this next question here, or actually two questions from HBK 2004 6112. Hello, Aaron. Really appreciate your work. Got two questions. Do you think that WrestleMania 17 is overrated? Uh-oh, you have actually suggested that WrestleMania 17 is overrated. I can see the comments now on YouTube. You are going to get so much hate from this. People are going to be calling you out, HBK 2004 6112. But you asked my opinion on it. I think that up until the very end of the show, WrestleMania 17 was among the greatest WWE pay-per-views of all time, and up until that point, perhaps the greatest pay-per-view of all time in WWE. But if you've been watching my videos over the years, you know that I've been very outspoken about the Steve Austin heel turn. To me, it was a terrible business decision. I hated it. I didn't think it made any sense for Steve Austin to go heel. And after what went down when Steve Austin turned heel, the reaction, the ratings falling, I feel that I was right to criticize that heel turn. To me, it was a real negative on that show that otherwise was tremendous. And, even back at the time, I remember when it happened, I put the headline on NoDQ.com, Vince McMahon turns babyface. That was the top story on NoDQ/themayhem.com. So that's what I felt, Steve Austin turning heel. I mean, I've talked about it time and time again. That was the one big negative of that show. But if you take that out, I mean, to me, it was an excellent show, and there's really no other way to criticize. I mean, all the matches were really strong, and it delivered up until the end. And regarding your second question here. With Daniel Bryan's popularity surpassing Cena's now, do you think it is absolutely the right time to turn him heel now? Please answer in video. I'm guessing this question is sarcastic. You know, WWE's been known for turning guys heel when they're red hot, and there's some speculation, there's the conspiracy theories that WWE will turn a hot babyface heel to make sure that Cena stays the top babyface. And if anybody gets close to those Cena merchandise sales, they have to go heel. You know, there's all that talk, all that backstage gossip and rumors. To me, that would be a terrible decision, and WWE kind of seemed to be going in that direction last year with the Wyatt family when they were teasing Bryan joining the Wyatt family, and you know, people reacted very negatively to that. I don't think WWE would do that. I don't think that they want to risk the fans hijacking Raw again. I don't think they want to do anything to upset the Daniel Bryan fan base because they know that they're very vocal. They might not be a huge majority like your casual female little kid Cena fans, but they're still a very vocal group, and I don't think WWE wants to piss them off. So I don't see Daniel Bryan going here. I think it would be a huge mistake. Last question here from Kyle Mitchell, 84. Hey Aaron, with the relaunch of TNA and the emergence of Global Force Wrestling in New Japan and North America, do you think that this is finally the year we will see a refreshed WWE product? Please answer in video. No. TNA, Global Force, New Japan, Ring of Honor, whatever, nothing that those promotions are doing is going to impact what WWE does. None of them are really serious competition to WWE. In WWE's world, their competition is every show on television. You know, that's what Vince McMahon said on Steve Austin's podcast, and that's how he really feels. I mean, nobody takes TNA seriously, and it's going to be a while before Global Force New Japan will have any kind of impact in North America. They're just getting started with that, and they still got a ways to go. And Ring of Honor has been around for years, and they've never really been able to get to the next level. So WWE has nothing to worry about. There's no serious wrestling competition that can cause WWE to change their product. You know, just it's not the situation that it was in 1995 when you had WCW and WWE running neck and neck, and ECW, you know, right behind them. It's just a different landscape than it was back then, and WWE is not even considering changing because of what the other companies are doing. So that'll wrap it up for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thanks as always for watching. Subscribe, youtube.com/NoDQCAW. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest, and I will see you guys next time.